Ladies and gentlemen, Cardano holders, Cardano warrior people that hold through anything, it's about that time. It's about that time for mass adoption. And I'm not just stating this. I'm gonna back it up with ridiculous evidence. I've been waiting for the cheap Cardano, I can't even say it, Cardano. I've been waiting for the cheap Cardano
purchase moment.
And I think we are coming up to this moment right now as we speak. Yes, Cardano might explode. It might explode. It might go boom. And to be honest with you, I've been a critic, okay? I'm sorry if I ever hurt your feelings about ADA. I found some alarming evidence of whale manipulation. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys the truth, regardless of how much it hurts, regardless of how many subscribers I lose or how many dislikes I get. I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly the honest opinion. Cardano is basically a glorified meme coin. They don't have any product right now. Decentralized exchange is not happening. Why is it that every single time Cardano pumps, it comes from some type of like speculation or hype, and then there's only a select few people with large amounts of money or whales that stop the market? Literally at the last all-time highs of Cardano, I am going to show you evidence towards the end of this video exactly how they manipulated and dumped on unsuspecting retail, and it actually pissed me off. But I think it's a good thing. I think we should look at both sides of the story, to be honest with you. I think it gets weird when you're tribalistic and no matter what, you think it's always number go up. And there are weird channels that just do that all day. And I think the difference here is because they get incentivized. They get incentivized by views. I get paid regardless if you guys view my videos or not. And I think that's the difference here. So I want to break it down to the nitty and gritty. I'm not going to just hype this up. I know the intro was hype. I'm not going to just hype this up, okay? I want to break down very clear, specific reasons why Cardano is likely setting up for a very big mass adoption phase right now. I have changed fundamentally as a person. So there's this number, and you can look at the screen here. And guys, briefly, I want to talk about how I've changed and my channel has changed. Then I want to go into Bitcoin. Then I'll go into Cardano. Okay, so just bear with me here, but all of it will start to make sense. And the reason why I want to talk about Bitcoin is for obvious reasons. I don't think Cardano is going to move unless Bitcoin moves. So again, I see Bitcoin moving bullish, and then I see Cardano following after. But first, really briefly, to my followers that have been on this channel for a long time, thank you, by the way, for watching my videos for this long. I want to show you kind of what I've gone through as a person, and maybe you could do the same thing for yourself, and I promise you it will get you results. I've been getting a lot of results. So people have not been able to evolve out of how we lived hundreds of years ago. So our brain is just not complex enough, right? And there's something called Dunbar's number. It's a theory where he basically calculated, what's the max amount of people that we can control when it comes to like relationships. And he found that the number is 150, okay? The ratio between brain sizes and group sizes through his studies of non-human primitives. So basically, the gist is we were kind of made and we evolved to only really speak to about 150 people in our entire lifetime. And not speak, but have relationships with them. Now, that completely abolished, basically destroyed once we jumped onto social media and we have all these other different communication vehicles. But this is kind of the same thing in pretty much everything. Like when the internet hit, it got really, really complicated. And there's this marshmallow test, okay? And you'll see how it all makes sense. But basically, the marshmallow test, they took a group of kids, really small kids, and they put them in a room. And what they were trying to test is emotional intelligence, or specifically delay of gratification. So they put them in this room and they said, hey, we're going to leave one marshmallow in front of you. If you wait 15 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to give you another marshmallow. So don't touch this marshmallow, but it's your choice. You can eat it now, or you can wait 15 minutes, come back, and then you'll get two. And what we found, or I didn't find, I wasn't there, I'm here. But what they found was that the kids that basically waited for the two marshmallows, the kids that, delayed the gratification, were way more successful in life in the future. So, again, they tracked these kids, right? There was a couple of them that waited, but most of them did not wait. They just immediately ate the marshmallow. But the kids that did show emotional intelligence or delayed gratification ended up being way more successful financially, love wise, emotionally, in all ways. They were just way better, better off in life, more successful humans in the future. They tracked these people, for like 30 years, and that's what they found. So the point is, again, we're living in this new age where there's just so much information and so much noise out there. So, and I know what you're talking about. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? You can see it all over the internet, just like screaming noise here, screaming noise there. And I promise you, the new digital age will give people that can calm down, right? That can, block out the noise, get very clear instructions for themselves and execute. Will win. And that's basically what I've been going through. I pretty much ignore all news now in crypto. I only boil it down to the foundational things, and I'm basically organizing everything. So if you're losing money, it's not always, hey, let's just research more hours. It's not that. It's, can you control yourself? Can you do the things that you know are right consistently and with a lot of effort? Like, for example, if you're a bad trader and, your diet sucks, well, it's probably way better to fix your diet than, trying to learn 13 different indicators. Okay. Like, the indicators are not going to help you. What helps you is the foundational things like your health. How's your mental clarity, right? Are you emotional? Are you just like, all over the place, like, frantic? Can you sleep? These things are way better for your trading strategy than, you just learning a new thing. And again, sometimes it's consolidating what you learned. So let's say you're dealing with like 3 different indicators. Sometimes it's just diving deeper in those indicators instead of learning a whole new one. So that's what I've been going through. And it's really, again, bounds and leaps in my life and also in my recent trades. So I just wanted to quickly throw that at you. Now, if we look at the theory of Bitcoin, I want to address what's going on in the world because after looking at every little action that's been happening and then taking a step back, not looking at the noise and really boiling it down to what's really happening, I'm sure you guys understand that, there's been multiple wars before, what happened in Ukraine and Russia. Right now, there's a physical war, but there's been financial wars for like the past 100 years. And it's been happening. And to me, that is the real war. Now, I'm not trying to down talk what's happening. People are dying. But I will say that the real war has been fought every single day. And I've been in the trenches. This is why I educate people on finance. So if you appreciate that, I've been in the trenches. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course. But again, that is the real war, in my opinion. Like, that's what's really happening right now. And we go through these depth cycles. And just to be clear with you, I've stated this in a couple of videos, but America's not foundationally evil. Like, every country that's ever had a war reserve currency goes through these cycles where at one point they're hard money. And the 2 points you want to really look at is the debt and the credibility. So at one point when they're hard money and the dollar is actually backed up with, like, for example, gold or whatever the case is, there's little to no debt. And it's like a lot of credibility. Like, the country has a lot of credibility and people typically want to use, their fiat currency, right? Then they move usually into stage 2. They start, expanding the credit, printing more money, right? As you guys know, and it compromises credibility to a certain extent. And there's like a middle ground to this. And there's certain situations where it's probably useful. And then eventually they get into stage 3. And that's where America is right now, right? So maximizes credit, minimizes credibility, right? And increases the debt. So America USD, it has like no credibility at this point. Like, everybody pretty much knows the cat is out of the bag. And again, I want to reiterate, right? If I was going to make a plan to attack America, there's no way I would ever do it physically. You have to attack them where they're weak, right? This is like the art of war. You have to attack them where they're weak, right? And this is going to play into Bitcoin, I promise. I know you guys are watching this video because Cardano. Stay tuned, stay with me. Towards the end, it's all going to make sense. If you don't have a thesis for Bitcoin, I pretty much guarantee any altcoin you buy, including Cardano, will suck, right? Cardano doesn't move unless Bitcoin moves, right? So let's first establish a thesis for Bitcoin, and then we can move on to the greater things, of course, which is Cardano. Of course, I like Cardano better than Bitcoin. Let me just be clear here. But yeah, again, the point I'm trying to make is that there is military wars and technology wars, but really the ones that are being fought every day are the trade and economic and capital wars. And we see this playing out, right, with the sanctions and everything that's going on. So if I want to take out United States, this is what I would do. And I think this is really, really important to understand what's really going on and why Putin made the decisions he made. I think he's, of course, attacking physically, but I think the bigger war and the bigger threat is to the USD, or the world reserve currency in America. So everyone knows pretty much that America bullies everybody. If you want to attack America, let's attack them financially, right? Because their Achilles heel right now, or their weak point, is inflation. As you see from 2004 to present, you could clearly see that people have been educating themselves since 2020, since the pandemic, right? Since 2020, people are like, wait, what's inflation? And you can see the spike. This is since 2004. So that's a big indicator to America, like, oh man, our credibility is being compromised, right? Our credibility is being compromised. Let's increase the debt, right? We're increasing way too much debt. We're printing way too much money, right? If we look over here, debt clock, right? National debt, all-time high. If we look over here, 80% of all US dollars in existence were printed in the last 22 months, right? So this is America's weak spot. Why would Russia not, why would they attack them physically? They have no reason to attack them physically. They're going to attack them financially. That's what they want to do. They want to get people to ditch USD as the world reserve currency. That would even the playing field for everyone, right? So the question is, what currency is most likely to get adopted? And if I was Putin and I had to go out there and make a big decision like killing mass amounts of people, which is horrible, right? I need a little case study. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is going to play out with America, right? So as we can see, okay, the first big proof that we saw was in Canada, with the truckers and all of them protesting, right? When we got to this big ultimatum event where Canada was backed into a corner and they had to make a decision, they came out with the Emergencies Act. And the Emergency Act basically banned bank accounts of these truckers. They were able to stop these bank accounts. In this small case study, the question was, what did people adopt? Where did people go? When they started banning bank accounts, where did people go? And it was clear. It was clear as day. People went to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So that was a small case study. Now, soon after that, for some reason, Russia makes Bitcoin legal, as you can see here. Then they start the war. They start to war. And then after the war, we could talk about the deaths. And again, I'm not, a political guy. I'm not like a war expert. I'm just saying, what was the first thing that happened when the war started when it came to money? The first thing that happened was Ukraine accepted crypto. They didn't accept anything else. As all financial sanctions started getting whipped out, right? The US, stopped different payments from Russia and different things. As all of this was whipped out, the adoption vehicle of choice was cryptocurrency, which this was the second case study. Once they saw that, they're like, oh, snap. In times of big, I guess you could say conflict, physical conflict, people clearly just keep adopting crypto. This is a fact. This is a fact, right? So what I believe, and this is the biggest reason why I'm getting bullish on Bitcoin, is as we go into more internal and external conflict, as there's more wars, what's going to happen is we're going to get more and more sanctions, which will lead to more and more crypto adoption. Now, I know a lot of people just saying, it could be a negative thing. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. If they try to ban Bitcoin transactions, they're ultimately going to get to the point where they realize that it's not the case. It doesn't work. That it literally does not work. Like, you can't ban Bitcoin. The whole point is it's a peer-to-peer technology. So as you can clearly see here, traits of money, Bitcoin is being adopted because of the obvious censorship resistance right now. And there's just so many other, like, think of being a billionaire right now. Think of billionaires, okay? If I were to try to save my wealth and I'm seeing the world, right, their bank accounts get banned, Swift got banned, right? There's all these sanctions, these financial limitations. What's the easiest to adopt, right? And what's a system that no one can tamper with is what's in my head. And the only thing right now that has that solution is obvious. It's cryptocurrency. So again, bringing up, again, my original thesis for Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, I do think that we are going into a bull run, and I'm standing by it. And I've been dollar cost averaging into some coins that I'm talking about on the channel. So definitely subscribe to the channel. And I think this is a good time to seriously make some money. So let's jump into the current thesis. I mean, just so you can see it again, the positives for me are very simple. We have financial sanctions, which I really broke down mostly just now. I think that's the biggest one by far. We have the Ethereum 2.0 coming out. This is going to increase adoption for basically all smart contract platforms, including Cardano. And then, COVID just went out the window. I don't even know where it is right now. Right. And then we have the quantitative, which is Bitcoin just made, a higher high and a higher lows. Right. So this is clearly bull run. On chain looks very bullish. And the expanding cycles theory is a theory for the bull case of the quantitative elements. Now, if we look at, for example, the negatives, war sucks for investments. That's a qualitative element. And Bitcoin having cycle and then hawkish Fed policy, which, to be honest with you, just got invalidated with the Fed meeting. It looks like they're going dovish. So really, I can delete this right now. It looks like they're going to be dovish. And there's no wonder. If you don't know what hawkish and dovish is, hawkish basically means they stop the money printing. Dovish means they increase the money printing. It's as simple as that. And they're basically forced into a corner to go dovish because right now financial conditions in the world are very bad, right? So, I could have predicted that basically because of what Putin is doing and attacking America financially. He's attacking America financially by trying to get the whole world to adopt crypto. He's trying to force everybody to adopt crypto and even the playing field, and America will not have the power as a world reserve currency. So let's bring it back to Cardano because there are specific events that are really leading me to get really bullish on ADA. So as you can clearly see, we made some support here at about 82 cents. And, I warned people over and over again, if we broke below this, I was going to get very, very bearish on Cardano. But it looks like, again, we made some support. And from this wick here, we didn't even reach below, right? We didn't even get all the way down to 68 cents. If we would have got below this wick, I would have gotten very bearish. Now, we've been dumping a little bit, but if we get back to this line, I'm not buying Cardano now, but if we get back to this line, I might jump in. Now, this is also a bullish case for Cardano because, again, Ethereum represents all smart contracts. So what we're looking at is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So when this chart goes up, that means Ethereum is doing better than Bitcoin, or smart contracts are doing better than Bitcoin. And then when this chart goes down, that means Bitcoin is doing better than Ethereum. So this, always a consistent thing, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are almost like two big indicators, right? When Bitcoin goes up, it pretty much sets the tone that, hey, people are interested in a superior form of money. And then when Ethereum goes up, then it sets the tone for all, smart contracts, all altcoins. Hey, people want the next best thing. So you can clearly see that we've been making this massive trend, right? Once showed as resistance, now turned into support. And, we're coming up. I mean, we could even draw this out a little bit better here on a shorter time frame. So maybe we might go down a little bit, right, for the next couple of days. But again, it's playing out. It's going to bounce. In my personal opinion, with Ethereum 2.0 coming out and everything that's happening in the world, I think we are definitely going to bounce. And this will make a lot of room for Cardano and other altcoins to be like, hey, what's the next best thing? It's going to make a lot of room for it. Now, also, if we look at Bitcoin dominance, it's again, the same thing. When this chart goes down, that means Bitcoin is losing dominance. And I specifically made the case in my previous videos that Bitcoin dominance will never get back to 50%. And I do believe that this is true. I don't think ever in the history of crypto, we will ever get back to 50% Bitcoin dominance. And we're coming up to this top here. And I believe we are definitely going to bounce down. I genuinely believe this is going to happen. And if Bitcoin loses dominance, again, this is making the case for all altcoins, including Cardano. This is very good. Now, bringing it back again to this chart just one more time, guys, there's a big gain to be made on ADA. And the beauty of ADA, and what I really, really like about ADA, is that it's different. It's a different type of smart contract platform. They're using, they're not using the accounting-based model. They're using extended UTXO model. So this is foundationally different. Pretty much every other smart contract is kind of copying Ethereum, but they're foundationally different. And that's what I really like. Also, obviously, the community of marketing is one of the best of all crypto, and it's a top 10 crypto. And if you ask me, Alex, hey, what's a good risk to reward? I would say a top 10 crypto that can double or triple. That's what I would say. And from where we're at now, if we do continue to come down and retest this line, I will buy. I might buy today. I don't know exactly what I'm going to buy. That's not why you're supposed to watch these YouTube videos. You're supposed to watch them for the research. Please do your own research. This is not financial advice. But again, top 10 crypto can probably go up 234%. I like that. I like top 10 cryptos because I'm just I have a bigger portfolio than most people. So I'm gonna invest large amounts of money. I like guaranteed bets with large amounts of money. That's the vibe. That's my vibes. Okay. So, I get it for someone that only has like 5K portfolio. If you only have like a 5K portfolio, then you probably want to go a little bit riskier. But I like less riskiness. Is that a word? Is less? I don't know if it's a word or not. But you get the point, right? We got maybe a double or triple and a top 10 coin. I'm with it. I'm all for it. I like it. And again, I've been a critic of Cardano in the past because I think there's certain times it's overhyped. Like I started making negative videos around here. And I don't know, you guys tell me, maybe I'm a flip flopper, but look, go look back at my critiques. Look at my critique videos. Go look at my channel. I was critiquing it over here. So if you listen to what I said when I sold, you would have saved 70%, which is a significant amount of, and if you guys don't know how this works, I know most people don't because they don't want to educate you, but basically percentage downs are much more brutal than percentage ups. So when it goes up like 100%, or let's say it goes down 70%, you have to get like a 300% return to make up for those losses. The percentage downs are way more brutal than the percentage up. So like, for example, if it goes down 10% and then goes up 10%, you do not break even. Again, if it goes down 10%, I think you have to make like 30% for it to break even. And if you don't understand that, again, I highly suggest you take cryptocurrency trading professionally. Take it like a professional. And you could check out the link in the pinned comment. We're doing a $5 5-day trial for my course. And it's not really a course, it's really coaching. We kind of do this face-to-face thing, and we basically show you how to become professional and consistently make money in any market. Like bear market, it does not matter. Bear market, bull run, we have strategies for every single one. And again, like that's what makes you a person that can go financially independent. Someone that can actually do it consistently. Like, how are you going to be financially independent in the bear run? You're going to go through what I went through when I first got into cryptocurrency 6 years ago, and you think you could hold to the bear run, and then you have to pay bills. And then at the bottom of the bear run, you have to realize losses, and you have to sell your crypto at the bottom of the bear run. And that hurt me the most. And that's why I want to come out here and I'm trying to educate people as much as possible. But let's get back on topic. So if we look at what makes a smart contract good, again, professional strategies, guys. Like a lot of people don't do this. They're just talking on the internet. I really want to show you real things, right? So if we come over here, what makes a smart contract good? I believe it breaks down into these categories. And the first category is liquidity, right? So how big is the market cap? Cardano got it, okay? TVL, Cardano got it, right? Bridge liquidity. They don't really have it. They don't have a bridge, which is going to bring me up to, the next point where I talk about, this big Cardano news that's happening. They don't really have a bridge. I'm gonna be real, right? How many exchanges? They have they're on a lot of decentralized exchanges. I wouldn't say, they're on a centralized exchange. I wouldn't say there's a lot of decentralized exchanges that they're currently on. But you get the point. They're doing pretty good on liquidity. The only part they're missing is the bridge, right? Which is, again, the big news that's coming out soon. Developers, well, they can attract developers because they're paying a lot, but they don't really have a developer incentive program. And the actual, I guess you could say, the coding language they have to learn is extremely difficult for developers. So I think infrastructure-wise, Cardano sucks, just to be clear. And again, like this video if you like both sides of the story. Like, I'm not going to sit here and Moonboy hype everything. I think that's not productive. I think that gets clicks and views, though, but I think it's not productive. If we come over here, transparency apps, they don't really have too many like web wallet viewers. They have like one or two, but if you look at Ethereum, for example, there's all different types. There's just so much more infrastructure. They don't have really too much on-chain metrics either. There's a couple of websites. And actually, when I first talked about on-chain metrics, it's funny because a couple of months later, they started coming out with on-chain metrics. I literally made a big video and I said this is like a huge problem with Cardano. And I pointed out the case, hey, they don't have too much transparency. It's very limited compared to Ethereum. Ethereum, you can go on a block explorer, you can go to Etherscan and pretty much see every variable for free. They don't really have that. And they're making a move towards getting it. And I think this is a good thing, but this brings transparency. And this allows people like me with a lot of money, I can see things, I can see where money's going. They do, again, let me be clear, they do have a block explorer, but the point is very limited compared to Ethereum. I know people are gonna be in the comments,
Oh, they have a block explorer. They have this already, Alex.
like, I've been researching for 6 years. Get on my level. All right, if we come over here again, DeFi, NFT, they don't really have it. They have the projects, but the adoption is not there. That's the point. It's not about if they have it or not. It's about if people are using it. That's the point, right? And so I say they lose on infrastructure. And some of this will probably change with their bridge that's coming out soon. Reputation, they are phenomenal. Cardano is phenomenal, okay? They are the best at marketing, in my personal opinion, in all of crypto. I can't say that. But they're like top 3 in all of cryptocurrency, best marketers, best reputation in the game, very secure, right? And they've been around longer than other smart contracts, right? Not longer than Ethereum, but they were here before the 2017 bubble pop, right? User experience. They do have the fast transactions and the cheap transactions. Now, they did have a shaky launch, right? They did have a shaky decentralized exchange launch, but it seems like they've kind of fixed it. So I am hopeful for that. But they don't have the MetaMask, wallet transition. It's either if they do have like a app that does the MetaMask, I guess you could say add-on, then excuse me for saying that I'm wrong. I'll admit I'm wrong. But to be honest, like they're not pushing it. They're not pushing at all. They have their own wallet that's completely separate from MetaMask. And if you guys didn't know, and you should know this, MetaMask has the most users in cryptocurrency out of any wallet in the world. So you need that easy transition. So they win on the fast transactions, the cheap transactions, and the finality, right? They tell you the fee before it happens, right? But they lose on the easy wallet transition. So if you come over to marketing, again, can they capture a trend? They are beasts. Marketers are all over the place. Can they attract developers? Well, Rust is hard. They don't have an incentive program. So you could see that this is, I think, a fair case. I think it's fair. If you want to get like tribalistic, this is not the channel for you. We're profit maxis. Our goal here is to make as much money as possible. But this is like a little breakdown. Now, if we look at the TVL, you can see Sunday Swap, the one that had a shaky launch, has been growing. 1 day change 5%, 7 day change 22%. TVL is on the rise. This is good. These are all good. Really, really good for Cardano. So again, they're attracting liquidity and they're getting to a point where I think they can fix a lot of the problems I stated, which brings me to the last point. They are coming out with a bridge with Milkomeda. The test net recently started. So when they come out with the mainnet, it's over. This layer 2 will solve like a lot of these problems. A lot of these problems that we're talking about here, developers, not transparency apps, but liquidity, right? Easy wallet transition, like literally in one single swipe, they're going to solve a lot of these thumbs down. And there's a sticker there for a reason. Okay. So I like it. And I think it's going to happen. And I think they will pull it off. I really do think they will pull it off. So if they solve a lot of these issues, if there's like, 3 or 4 of these that are solved with the bridge, I'm going to be happy. And this is the testnet. And you can see, again, it's MetaMask compatible, EVM compatible, which is a big point I keep trying to make with Cardano. You're not going to be able to attract developers from Ethereum unless it's easy for them. That's just human psychology. Humans don't like doing hard things. So this could be one of the most bullish things and really open the floodgates, kind of like the last big thing they really need to do to get mass adoption. I know Cardano's really good at marketing and they hyped everybody up and they're like, oh, the DEX is going to be the last thing we need. That's not true. That was one of the foundational things they needed, right, to get DeFi and TVO. But now they need that ease of use from developers. And they need, and I've seen this before on Solana. We saw Solana drop a bridge, and then shortly after, they actually tried to capture the NFT trend, and they did this successfully with degenerative apes. And basically, like 90% of all users on Solana adopted Solana because of that one moment. So as soon as the bridge drops, I'm going out on a limb here, and I know I'm going to be right because, again, if you watch my last Cardano videos, they're essentially following the roadmap that I laid out for you guys. I made a video, I told you exactly what Cardano needed to do, and boom, they're doing it. They're doing exactly what I said. So again, I'm going to say it again. Cardano is going to drop the bridge. When they drop the bridge, they are going to come out with something to get mass adoption. Cardano has a history of being a very good marketing and capturing trend team. They know how to capture trends, one of the best in the industry. So as soon as they get this bridge, they're going to come out with some type of campaign. I don't know if it's going to be NFTs. I don't know if it's going to be metaverse. It doesn't matter. It might be both. But when they do that, the bridge will allow developers, will allow a lot of the liquidity, the ease of use, wallet integration, all of these things will be solved in one single swipe. And there you go. We see Cardano mass adoption going to happen. Pay attention to what's going on. I'm a profit maxi. I will never get emotional with my investments. And if you appreciate this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this, guys. Catch you in the next video.